第3回国連防災世界会議において採択された仙台防災枠組み2015-2030を推進するためのアジア地域における初めての会議となります。会議最終日の11月5日は、昨年12月に国連総会において142カ国もの共同提案国のご協力をいただき、全会一致で制定された初めての世界津波の日であります。インド太平洋に面する我々アジア諸国は、津波をはじめ多くの自然災害に、その脅威に常にさらされております。逆に言えば、他の地域と比べて多くの辛い経験と、それを乗り越えてきたお互いの知見が蓄積されておるのであります。ここにお集まりの各国の防災分野のリーダーの皆さんが、国際社会における議論を常にリードしてきていると私は確信をしております。我が国には今から150年以上前に、浜口御寮という一人の村のリーダーが、大地震の後には必ず津波が来るという伝統的知識によって村人を高台に誘導し、多くの命を救うとともに、村のより良い復興のために資材を投げ打って堤防を整備した稲むらの日という逸話が残されています。津波をはじめ自然災害から命を守るためには、早期警報システムや堤防等のインフラの整備をはじめ、事前の防災投資が重要であることは言うまでもありませんが、何よりも大事なことは、津波の恐ろしさやその対策について、子どもたちをはじめ一人でも多くの人々に正しく理解してもらい、一緒になって取り組むことが重要なのであります。我が国は今月末にインド太平洋アジアの諸国をはじめ、世界中から250人の子どもたちを日本にご招待し、世界津波の日高校生サミット in 黒潮を開催する予定であります。子どもたちの防災への意識が高まれば、必ずや将来の防災・減災につながることは間違いありません。こうした取り組みを世界に広げるために、私は世界中の若き津波防災大使の皆さんと協力し、世界の人々や多くの尊い命を守るための挑戦を始めたいと思います。ここに お集まりの多くの有識者の皆さんのご協力をお願いし、世界の隅々にまで防災・減災のお互いの知識を共有しながら、防災によって一人でも多くの命を助けることができるように、皆さんのご協力をこの席から心からお願いをしてご挨拶とします。ありがとうございました。Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Toshihiro Nikai, for your kind address. Japan's past experience and expertise is indeed a learning experience for other countries to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite our Honorable Home Minister, Shri Rajnath Singh, and may I please request him to kindly make his opening remarks.
Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Khelsuk, Republic of Mongolia, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister of Nepal, Shri Bimalendra Nidhi ji, Mr. Toshihiro Nikai, Secretary General LDP from Japan, Mr. Robert Glacier, Special Representative, UN Secretary General, my colleague Ministers of State, Sri Hansraj Ahir and Sri Kiranji Rijju, Home Secretary, Government of India, Sri Raju Maharshi, esteemed colleagues on the dais, distinguished delegates from Asia and Asia-Pacific countries, representatives of United Nations organizations, civil society organizations, representatives of local bodies from India, ladies and gentlemen. On the occasion of the 7th Asian Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to India. I am grateful to the ministers, distinguished delegates, and representatives of local self-governments who, despite their busy schedule, have accepted our invitation to participate in this event. The gathering today collectively represents commitments for a safe and secure world. I hope my ministry has made all possible efforts to make your stay comfortable here in New Delhi. I hope you all will have a pleasant stay here and that our visit will be fruitful and rewarding in terms of outcomes and learnings. Disasters, both natural and man-made, are occurring with increased frequency and intensity. The Asian region is especially vulnerable. 8 of the 10 disasters in the world occur in Asia, making 2/3 of the world's population vulnerable. We believe that disaster resilience is the collective responsibility of all segments of society, including governments, business community, non-governmental sectors, and individuals. If we all work together with a united focus and a shared sense of responsibility to improve disaster resilience, we will be far from effective than the individual efforts of any one sector. This is, therefore, a timely and important conference, a critical first step in implementing the Sendai framework in our region. Disasters seriously affect our economy, are a setback to our developmental efforts, and most of all, cause untold grief of the families who lose their near and dear ones. Moreover, a grieving family is simultaneously faced with the loss of home and livelihood. Minimizing the responsibility and then the impact of this human tragedy at its worst is, in my opinion, amongst the most critical part of the compact between the state and its citizens. It is gratifying to note that the agenda of the conference covers a wide diversity of subjects ranging from risk governance, making world heritage resilient, to business and private sector engagement in disaster risk reduction. I belong to and have been Chief Minister of a state that is threatened by both earthquakes and floods. I have witnessed firsthand the suffering that such disasters bring and am aware that our civilians, such as unregulated building, is adding to the already greater risk caused by factors such as climate change. It is therefore a matter of great satisfaction to me that our focus is shifting from disaster management to disaster risk reduction. There is now international acknowledgement that efforts to reduce disaster risk must be systematically integrated in policy, plans, and programs for sustainable development and poverty reduction. We all know, of course, that disaster risk recognizes no political boundaries. This includes risks caused by human actions. Disasters in one region can and will impact other regions. It is therefore also satisfying that today we realize that both disaster risk reduction and disaster relief need to be supported through bilateral, regional, and international cooperation, including partnership. It is with this spirit of regional and international cooperation that India has supported and is always ready to support other countries, especially its neighbors, in disaster mitigation and management efforts. We offer the best we have in terms of technology, capacity building, and relief expertise to all those in need. We are uncompromisingly committed to regional and international cooperation in this regard. In India, our ancestors gave us the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means that the whole planet with all its human beings, plants, animals, birds, and the natural resources is one family. This ancient realization of our interconnectedness is even more relevant and urgent today. I would like to urge this August gathering to embrace this significant notion and hence enhance international cooperation through sharing of technology, expertise, and necessary resources. Here I would also like to reiterate the commitment made by our Honorable Prime Minister in SAARC Summit last year of ensuring India's help and expertise to its neighboring country. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a clear need to discuss specific aspects of multilateral dialogue and cooperation, such as establishment of clear channels of communication, sharing scientific knowledge, creation of a database of disaster response capabilities, and pre-positioning of material to shorten response time. Disasters in India are being handled at all levels, at the national, the state, and the district levels. Comprehensive and holistic policies for management of all disasters supported by plans, legal framework, and the financial arrangements are essential elements of any strategy for their management. The role of the states is crucial in this as they face the immediate brunt from disasters. We are, of course, committed to doing the utmost to support their endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, India has taken up several initiatives to substantially reduce disaster risk and losses in lives, livelihoods, and health, and in the economic, physical, social, cultural, and environmental assets of persons, business, communities, and countries. On the first day of June 2016, India and Asia's first ever National Disaster Management Plan were released by our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. The plan outlines a framework for strengthening disaster risk governance at various levels. The plan also provides a framework for disaster risk reduction through mainstreaming disaster risk reduction into developmental plans. The ACMDRR is a unique opportunity to come together and provide a sense of urgency to the implementation of Sendai framework. We have invited a number of officials from our local and state governments who will have a lot to share with and learn from you. In the run-up to ACMDRR, a number of our educational and training institutions have organized curtain raiser events to broaden the engagement on disaster issues and mobilize the capacities of all sections of society. Before concluding, we pledge our support to Asian Regional Plan for implementation of the Sendai framework, its goals and priorities. We commit ourselves to work with countries in the region to achieve the goals of Sendai framework towards a safer and resilient Asia and the world against disaster. I once again thank you all for your participation. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Home Minister Shri Rajnath Singh, for your notable address. You spoke from your experience and rightly said the disaster doesn't recognize political boundaries, and hence it is important that countries come together and collaborate in working together. And also in this regard, you reiterated India's commitment towards this common goal. Ladies and gentlemen, India is moving towards resilience with a focus on understanding risk and disaster risk reduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a short film on the same. Can we have the film, please?
In the interests of the prosperity of the country, a king should be diligent in foreseeing the possibility of calamities. Try to avert them before they arise. Overcome those which happen. Remove all obstructions to economic activity and prevent loss of revenue to the state. Kautilya, 4th century BCE. Over centuries, man has learned to live in harmony with nature. This acceptance of nature's benevolence, as well as fury, manifests itself in art, mythologies, and stories of ruin and reconstruction. With population growth, urbanization, and environmental degradation, natural hazards have started becoming disasters. The Asia-Pacific region is one of the most disaster-prone in the world. It has 60% of the world's population, but 88% of the world's disaster-affected people live here. The Indian Ocean tsunami, Myanmar's cyclone Nargis, Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines, and several major earthquakes are a reminder of the region's vulnerability. India too has been affected by major disasters. The Odisha supercyclone in 1999, the Gujarat earthquake in 2001, and the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami forced a rethink in the way the country manages disasters. Drawing on the successful experience of Gujarat after the 2001 earthquake, India enacted the Disaster Management Act of 2005. The National Disaster Management Authority was set up, followed by the creation of similar bodies at the state and district levels. Specialized institutions were created for research, training and capacity building, encompassing all aspects of disaster risk management. The country has leveraged science and technology for managing disaster risk. India's investment in satellite and radar technologies, weather observation systems, use of supercomputers for climate prediction has strengthened the early warning systems across the region, especially in the Indian Ocean Rim countries. The focus shifted from disaster management to disaster risk management. The new approach involves prevention and mitigation, preparedness and early warning before disasters, swift response during disasters, and sustainable recovery after disasters. Years of efforts of leading early warning institutions have helped in improved lead time and accuracy of early warning. Ensuring last-mile connectivity is the key to success in disaster mitigation. Mock exercises are organized regularly to empower millions residing in high-risk areas. In 2006, a National Disaster Response Force was set up. Similar forces are being formed at the state and local levels. In 2011, India launched one of the largest national cyclone risk mitigation programs covering its entire coastline. Vulnerable structures, particularly schools and hospitals, have been retrofitted in disaster-prone regions. Various social sector programs of the government are geared towards mainstreaming disaster risk reduction. Housing for All, making disaster-resilient houses. Smart Cities Program, making cities resilient to disasters. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, a cornerstone of farmers' financial resilience. After disasters, rebuilding lives and livelihoods is a challenge. The owner-driven approach to reconstruction, adopted by the government of Gujarat in 2001, led to safer and better housing conditions in a short time span. These efforts laid the foundation for sustainable economic development. Gujarat's stellar industrial growth speaks for itself. India's multi-pronged efforts have begun to show tangible results. The loss of lives in recent high-intensity cyclones, Phylline and Hudhud, was contained to 23 and 46, as compared to over 10,000 lives lost in 1999 in a similar cyclone. In June 2016, the Prime Minister launched the National Disaster Management Plan, which promotes a holistic approach towards disaster risk reduction.
It is a textbook, perfect example of aligning a strategy at a national level with global commitments as a show of global leadership as well as regional leadership.
In the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the world is one family, India stands shoulder to shoulder with other countries in reducing and managing disaster risks. India responded to the Nepal earthquake of 2015 by sending both its rescue forces and relief material with speed and purpose. India hosted the first South Asian annual disaster management exercise for SAARC countries in 2015. It also organized the second BRICS conference on disaster management in 2016. Disaster risk reduction is work in progress. Greater cooperation and capacity building, along with information and knowledge sharing, will go a long way in making Asia safer, stronger, and resilient.
In an interconnected and interdependent world, disasters are no longer local. The future of disaster resilience rests on your ability to work together across geographies and cultures. The Asian Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction signals India's commitment to reach out across the Asia-Pacific region in the interest of a safer future.
He is spearheading India for disaster risk reduction preparedness, which comes from his wide experience in disaster risk reduction at both the policy as well as operation level, which he led after the 2001 earthquake in Gujarat. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my proud privilege to invite our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, and I request him to kindly make his inaugural address.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to New Delhi for this landmark conference, the first after the adoption of Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. I commend the National Disaster Risk Management Agencies, the governments in the Asia-Pacific region, the United Nations, and other stakeholders for coming together for this important cause. Friends, 2015 was a momentous year. Apart from the Sendai framework, the international community adopted two other major frameworks to shape the future of humanity. The Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Agreement on climate change. The spirit of interconnectedness highlighted in the film is the hallmark of these global frameworks. The success of each one of these depends on the success of the other two. Disaster risk reduction has pivotal role in supporting adaptation to climate change as well as sustainable development. It is in this context that this conference becomes timely and relevant. Friends, over the last 2 decades, the world and especially our region has undergone many changes. Most of them are positive. Many countries in our region have transformed their economies and become engine of global economic growth. Hundreds of millions of our people have been lifted out of poverty. The Asia-Pacific region has been a global leader in more ways than one. But we must not take this progress for granted. There are challenges as well. Over the last 20 years, more than 850,000 people died from disaster in the Asia Pacific. 7 of the top 10 countries in the world, in terms of number of deaths due to disasters, are in the Asia Pacific region. I've seen more for myself